Hi, Debbie here with my Craft Supplies for You guest design team project for August. So let me show you first what I'm using on my project, and everything except for I think two things are from Craft Supplies for You, and I will have a link to their store in the description box below, also to all the members, design team members. So let me show you first what I used. I used this fabric here. I used some of this trim. This one. And this one. I used a lot of trims in this project. And this one here, that's that elastic trim. This one here, just about out of this one. I'm down to about 6 inches on this one. Yeah, I really went through a lot. And really low on that one. Yeah, I did really good using up my trims here in this. And this trim here. Some of these flowers. I did use a flower on this project, but I only had the one, so you'll see that when I show you the project. And then these flat back small pearl trim that I used also. And this project was suggested to me by Donna Jackson, who is Crafts and More with Donna Jackson, and it was for a lace or fabric book. Well, mine turned out more like a fabric, like a pocket book, more, you know, like you stick lace in, as opposed to a book with pages. But this is how it turned out. This is the front. It turned out really pretty. Now, this was from my stash. This was from Mary Hill. She actually crocheted that and did that for me. But everything else is from Craft Supplies for You. So we got the trim, these applique trims here. Here's the lace. And this is the flower that I used. They only had the one of these, so I couldn't, you know, show you ahead of time what that looked like. And there's those fabric pink flowers. And this is just some cut-aparts from the lace that I used to actually make the album. Or not album, but the little fabric book. And this is what it looks like on the back, with all the trims. And on the inside, like I said, it's more or less, it's got two pockets. So you got two little pockets, so you can tuck some lace in, and you can just send it off that way. And then we got the flat back pearl trim here. And this is what it looks like on the inside. And I cut apart some of the trim to add little roses in the corners here. And so yeah, so this is how my little fabric book turned out. I hope you like it, Donna, and my email will be in the description box below, where you can email me your address and I will get that off to you. So let's pick another name for another project. So let me do that. So what have we here? A snippet roll by Amy Love. Okay, I can do that. And there is going to be a little short tutorial after this if you want to see how I put the little fabric book together. And thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, well, I'm going to be starting with a piece of felt that I cut 7 by 10, because then I'm just going to fold it in half to make the little book. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with a piece of fabric that's actually from a bridal dress. It's the lining. So I'm just going to take the piece and I'm going to put it over the whole piece of felt, like so. I'm going to do it like that. And then on top of that, I have this trim here from Craft Supplies for You. I got this on my kit. You saw me show you this. And that is actually going to go on top of all that. And that's how I'm going to do the front and back cover. So let me get this on the felt and then I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, so we have this on. On the inside, what I'd like to do is use this same piece and put it on this away with the scalloped going to the top, but not over, just right up to the top, and have it come down like this, because this is really pretty and I'm planning on making pockets and I just didn't want to cover that up with the pockets. So I was going to put that on the top. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we've got this on. So what I want to do now is I want to cover up this little edge here on the top. And I'm going to be using this trim here. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to wrap it around the top like that. So then I'll just go along the whole top with that. And I am putting this little book together with Fabri-Tac. I'm not sewing it. And so let me go ahead and attach that trim to the top. Okay, so I've got that covered. Now I didn't have enough to go all the way on, because I need to do these sides too, so I didn't have enough to go all the way around. But I have this piece here, this little trim that I have here. It's elastic. And I'm only using it to cover up that edge. So when I put my other trim on, you can't see this when you look at the little book from the side. And I'm just going to attach it and then just wrap this around, and then it'll just look like that. Okay, so now I have that on. See, now you can't see the felt. You just see the little piece of lace going through, because I just didn't want that felt showing. So the next thing I want to do is I have this trim here, this little cotton trim, and I was thinking of taking it and going around, all the way around. So it's going to look like that. And I was going to do that on both sides. Okay, so I've got it on, wrapped it around. So what I'm thinking next is to take this trim here and go across just like that. Okay, so I have that on, but I don't have it tacked all the way down yet because I want to put this trim right here down the spine. So I want to actually tuck that up under there and have that come down as soon as I find out where the middle of my book is. And then I'll have it come down the spine like that. So it will look like that. And I have it, so I need to do that. Okay, well I have that trim on. So what I like to do next is I have this real pretty trim here, and I want to tuck that up under here, and I want to take that right across the bottom, like that. So I have this on. It's not tacked all the way down yet. I'll do all my tacking at the very end. So I'm going to go on to the inside, because now I need to work on my pockets. So what I want to do is I want to use this trim right here for my pockets. And I'm going to put a piece that goes across the bottom like this, and it'll look like that. And then I'm going to take this trim here, and I'm actually going to go down the sides on either side. And then I'm going to take this trim here, and I'm going to go across the top like that. And then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I have all the trims on, and it looks like that. And we have our little pockets. We tuck little things in. So I'm going to take this trim here, And I'm going to cut off a couple of the flowers. I am actually going to put them down in the little corners here, just to finish those corners off a little bit, because they just need to be finished off a little bit, so it'll kind of look like that. Okay, I got the little flowers on in the corner that I cut from the trim. So I think the inside is more or less finished. All we need to do now is just get some lace and just, you know, put it in the little pockets. And then it'll be good to go. And so yeah, so let's work on the outside of the little book here. And what I'm thinking of doing on the outside is I have these appliques, and I was going to put one on the back, and then I had one for the front, and I had this real pretty image that was gifted to me, and I was going to, and I believe it was gifted to me by Mary Hill, and I was going to place that right here. And then I have this beautiful flower from Craft Supplies for You, and I was going to put that like that. Well, this is what I've got so far. I have the appliques on, and I have the image on, but as far as the flower goes, I still had some of this when I trimmed it, when I made the cover, some of these that were still left on it, so I cut some off. And I was thinking of just adding some on the bottom here, and then adding the little flower, just so that it would look kind of like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I wanted to bring in a little bit more pink, because I had pink going around the picture, but it was just too white down here, so I added some little pink from the little pink rosebuds that I had. I took a couple of those, well, a few, and just stuck them down in there just so it made it blend a little bit better. Now going back in the inside, I think what I might want to do in the inside is take the little beaded trim that I have, and then just take a strip and go up the sides on each side of this. So I'm going to do that. Okay, well, I am going to call this fabric lace book complete. So this is what we have. We have two little pockets, and this is the front. This is the front turned out, and this is the back. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.